And today we review a convention. Psych, stick around. Hi folks, Old Man Grognard here, and today's going to be a little different. I'm going to talk about a little old convention that I go to. Well, I didn't say it was all going to be game books and stuff, so... Anyway, I am talking about North Texas RPG Con. This is held every year in Dallas. I go there every year. That's the only one I go to because it's in driving distance and it's a really good convention. In fact, this convention here is probably one of the conventions for old school gamers. I mean, this one, Gary Con, OrcCon, and a few others, but this is like one of the top 5 right here. This is held the first weekend in June every year in Dallas, and Thursday through Sunday. And it's been various places. It's been at the Marriott. It's been at the Marriott Dallas-Fort Worth Airport Hotel. But this year, as of this recording, it's going to be at the Westin in Dallas. So it's always in the Dallas area. It's always the first week in June. Now, I love this convention because not only is it a fun convention, it's a little more intimate. It's not like going to Gen Con or anything. We're talking about at least most 350 people. And it gets the cream of the OSR crop. It really does, along with Gary Con and Gamehole and OrcCon and all those. OrcCon? Okay. But if you want to meet the stellar lights in the day of the OSR, this is a place to do it. I mean, these guys go to the other conventions too, but these are the ones that really, it's like a homecoming for them. I'm just going to run through some few pictures of previous cons and I'll tell you about it. The guest list is something like this, and about 3/4 of these people come every year. We're talking Janelle Jacquez, Frank Menzer, Tim Kask, Steve Winter, Zeb Cook, Errol Otis, Dave Diesel LaForce, Bill Webb, Rob Kuntz, Sandy Peterson, Dr. Dennis Astaire, Doug Kovacs, Jeff Grubb, Bill Ward, Jeff D., Bruce Hurd, Matt Finch, and Greg Costian. And I hope I pronounced his name right. And these people just love it here. It's not like Gen Con, where you have to wait, umpteen minutes to like talk to them or get their autograph and stuff. These guys are hanging around like in the lobby, or they're at a game, or they're running a game. There's Dr. Astaire running a game right there. I think he's running Bunnies and Burrows. And they're just, you walk up to them and say, "Hi, how you doing? I really appreciate your work," or whatever you want to call it. They'll sign anything you put in front of them. Well, not anything, but preferably books they've done. I've gotten most of my autographs from this convention. There's Frank and Rob Kuntz. The previous one was Zeb Cook, Steve Winter, and Bill Ward. I can't remember anybody's name. And it's all about the convention. It's all about the old school games and retro clones, anything based on old school. This is Mike and Liz formerly from the Save or Die podcast, running Victorious, which just came out, that Mike wrote. Here is me from an earlier con with Full On Gamer from Thaco's Hammer, who always, when he can, comes down for at least a day to get into some kind of gaming trouble. Either my game or he's playing Robotech or something like that. This is Tim Kask running a D&D game. And so you're getting a lot of, and there's a lot of things to do here. There's a lot of old school games. I run stuff, other people run stuff. We're talking like any edition of D&D up to 4th, or actually 2nd, I think. They've got a few 5th, they do a few 5th edition games. Anything old school you can play here. Like I said, Dr. Astaire did Bunnies and Burrows. I'm running Gangbusters next year. Metamorphosis Alpha, yes, Bill Ward and Steve Winter always run Metamorphosis Alpha. Some Gamma World, Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea, run by Jeff Tarnlin, the author. Here is Bruce Hurd running in Kaladar, running basic D&D. Yeah, that's me and the Fez. And it's just a good time. They also have certain events, like the Three Castles Award is given there every year. They have this gigantic setup of gladiators, and they also do chariot races every year, and they have like awards for that, things like that. Anybody can play gladiators. They have auctions, they have dealers there. The newest stuff in the OSR is usually there. They have a regular auction, and this is the midnight auction, hosted by Satan, aka Mike Battalato. And this is where they auction off unusual stuff, hard to find stuff. This happens at midnight on Saturday. And it's just a great game, and it feels like, I kind of hate moving out of the area because it feels like home to me. But we're having a new one come up, and I will be doing con reports every year about this. And what happened, after the con and all that, and it's just a relaxing way to spend some time with the people who created the games, playing it. They'll play in your games. They'll run a game. You haven't lived until you've played Mythos Tower with Matt Fitch. I showed you a picture of him earlier. He always DMs by standing on a chair. Errol Otis is just incredible. As far as like either running or playing, he gets so excited. It's great. You guys can go to like breakfast with them right there in the hotel or whatever, and just walk up and just say hi. Every year, hi. And you see the same faces It's a great little hotel. It's a great little con. And registration is limited. So if you want to get in on this con, this is where you go. ntrpgcon.com. Now I'll have that down here too, so you can see it. But I tell you, you're missing a lot. If you're an OSR person, you're missing out on just this is an experience. I went with my friend Robin Irwin last year, and he's a lawyer in Kentucky. He is a public defender in Kentucky, and the first day and a half, he was total fanboy with this. He couldn't believe it. But after a while, he started to relax, and it's like, hey, how you doing? And he'd start talking, drum up a conversation with like Tim Kask or somebody like that. Larry Elmore's there, and he was talking with him about artist rights as far as the law goes, which was kind of, also Diesel LaForce was part of that too. We were just sitting down having breakfast, and we were talking about this. But anyway, yeah, it's a great con. You really need to go to it at least once. But like I said, registration's limited. I think they cut it off at 350. They may go to 4 next year, but they like to keep it intimate. So check this con out, and if you've been there, you want to tell everybody about it, and you want to talk to me about it, you can give me an email, oldmangrognard@gmail.com, of course. So next time we will have more game stuff to review, and until next time, bye-bye.